Hi everyone, it's Miss Allison here in her living room. I miss you guys so much and I'm so sorry I haven't been on to read books lately. I've been enjoying the pictures and videos your grown-ups have sent me though, and I've just been super busy with my own kiddos at home right now since we're all at home. A lot of extra stuff going on. But I wanted to share with you one of my kids' favorite books. The title or the name is Pirate Pete, and we borrowed this from the library a couple weeks ago, so we get to keep it for a little longer now. Let's see if you remember some stuff. In the book, there's a person who draws the pictures and a person who writes the words. What is the special name for the person who draws the pictures? That's right, the illustrator. And how about the person who writes the words? The author. You got it. The author of this book is Kim Kennedy, and the illustrator is Doug Kennedy. Let's open up Pirate Pete and find out what it's all about. Wow. There is a treasure map here. Let's see. X marks the spot. I wonder if they'll show us in the book. Pirate Pete. Gold put the twinkle in Pirate Pete's eye, the shine in his hook and the sparkle in his smile. Why, he liked gold so much that he plundered every ship and shore in the 7 seas in search of the gleaming booty. That means treasure. When he heard that the Queen had discovered a treasure map, Pete had to have it. After all, he explained to his parrot, where there's treasure, there's gold, and where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. Pete journeyed to the Queen's castle where he whispered a plan to his feathered companion. You sing her to sleep and I'll steal the map. Aye, squawked the bird. Up he fluttered to the highest tower where the Queen sat gloating over the map. Softly the parrot sang her a lullaby. The dirty trick, the old high seas snoozeroo, worked like a charm on the Queen. While her head bobbed like a man overboard, Pete climbed the tower and snatched up the map. By the time the Queen awoke, Pete was far out to sea. Unfurl the map, he told his bird. There lies the gold, he declared, pointing to the bold X on Mermaid Island. To Mermaid Island we go. We must be swift, said the parrot. Her Majesty's fleet will be after us for sure. Pete spun the wheel east, and with a great gust of wind, the ship sailed off. Fine sailing weather, said the parrot. Pete might have agreed. Aye, 'tis. But he had just spied an island up ahead. He checked the map. That to be Candy Island. He growled, twisting up his nose. I think we should pay it a visit. We don't have time, said the parrot. We've got to get to Mermaid Island. Listen up, matey, said Pete. Where there's candy, there's rotten teeth. And where there's rotten teeth, there's gold to fill 'em. And where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. The stubborn pirate turned the ship toward Candy Island, and with a good wind behind them, they were soon upon its sugary shores. Avast ye candy eaters, Pete ordered the islanders. Open your mouths so I can see your gold teeth. Pete peeked into the mouth of every licorice-licking, taffy-tugging, chocolate-chomping soul on the island, but he had not reckoned on the toothbrushing. Pearly whites, he cursed. No gold, no gleaming booty. He snatched up some sweets and shoved off. I'll not veer off course again, he promised the parrot. To Mermaid Island we go. Fine sailing weather, said the parrot. Pete might have agreed. Aye, 'tis. But he had just spied a spot of luck. Clover Island. That's not where we're headed, said the parrot. Listen up, matey, grumbled Pete. Where there's clover, there's leprechauns, and where there's leprechauns, there's pots of gold, and where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. There's a little elf, cried Pete as the ship creaked ashore, a genuine leprechaun sitting next to a pot of gold. Before the merry man could cock his hat, Pete seized the pot, scrambled to the ship, and shoved off. Irish stew, he hollered when he lifted the lid. No gold, no gleaming booty. He gnashed his teeth. I'll not veer off course again, said Pete. Next stop, Mermaid Island. Fine sailing weather, yawned the bird. Pete might have agreed. Aye, 'tis. But he had just spied a soothing sight for tired eyes. Sleepy Island. Oh my goodness, he is making so many detours. He's not even close to Mermaid Island yet, and he's already stopped, I think, 3 or 4 times. That's not where we're headed, the pirate reminded him. Listen up, matey, said Pete. Where there's sleeping, there's the Sandman, and where there's the Sandman, there's magic gold dust, and where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. Pete sailed to the snoozing shores where the Sandman was tiptoeing from bed to bed. Pete grabbed the old man's bag and reached inside. Storybooks, Pete bellowed, waking the island. No gold, no gleaming booty. So he hooked a book and shoved off. I'll not veer off course again, he said, pulling on his nightcap. Tomorrow morning we make for Mermaid Island. Finally. The sun rose and the ship sailed on. Fine sailing weather, said the bird. Pete might have agreed. Aye, 'tis. But he had just spied a smoldering sight, Dragon Island. He turned the ship toward its smoky peaks. Oh, he's doing it again. This is not Mermaid Island. That's not where we're headed, flapped the parrot. Listen up, matey, said Pete. Where there's dragons, there's lairs, and where there's lairs, there's gold. And where there's gold, I'm a-goin'. Ashore, Pete crept into the dragon's lair, where he found the giant lizard snoozing behind a golden egg. Between the snorts and snores, Pete sneaked the egg from its hazy nest, rolled it to his ship, and shoved off. 'Tis a golden egg, guessed Pete. Suddenly, the shiny shell cracked open. Out popped a baby dragon with a mouthful of flames. That's no goose, cried Pete. It's a fire-breathing lizard, and he set our sails ablaze. Abandon ship! While the baby dragon flew off with his mother, Pete and his parrot jumped into a rowboat. The parrot watched in despair as their trusty ship sank beneath the waves with a simmering splash. We're done for, sobbed the parrot. Whale bait, shark snacks. Them's no sharks, said Pete. Them's be mermaids. We've made it, cheered the parrot. We've made it to Mermaid Island. It's about time, don't you think? Hand me the treasure map, Pete declared, crawling onto shore. After yelling out paces and counting out steps, hobbling to the right and wobbling to the left, Pete finally called, Here 'tis! X marks the spot. Pete began digging. Then he struck something. A treasure chest, he cried.